we are wrestling with NJPW G1 Cllimax 35 entrance blocks revealed. I believe it was last Sunday. Dominion, they ran their SummerSlam-esque show, Dominion. And depending on who you ask, it was. I mean, it wasn't a bad show by any means. But when the best thing you could say about it is, they're trying. Um, you can really only go up from that point.
Wow.
So I give them credit. They're trying to get back on top. They're not there yet. And I mean, it just kind of shows you that they revealed this block at Dominion, when usually they would just reveal it on maybe like a
YouTube.
like a random Krogan Hall show. So it kind of tells you that they want to get people interested. They're trying to get them invested again. This was kind of obvious. This was obviously their way of saying the G1's coming up. This is who's going to be in. This is who we could you might be seeing, or you will be seeing. So
yeah.
Yeah. So for I mean, only 16 of the 20 have been revealed. 4 spots are being held for what are they called? Lay-in.
The play-in. So essentially, for the people who are new to this, we love the G1. And they had a lot of iterations. So this year, this iteration is actually a little bit different. So what they did was they did a mixture of the old school and then think of the NBA, right? So if you did the A block and the B block, you got like, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. You got 8 spots filled in. And then you got the last 2 spots are going to be filled in like in the play-in, like the NBA, like NBA playoffs, like the last 4 seeds play in to try to figure out if they're going to even make it. And honestly, I wish they had this years ago, because nothing makes my heart flutter more than to see Yoshihashi have to actually earn his ass that way into the G1 instead of just getting an automatic spot. Granted, it's going to be against Chase Owens, and and don't get me wrong, Chase Owens at points can be bland because, it's a gaijin in Japan, but I never will be rooting for anyone so hard in my life than for Chase Owens when he's facing Yoshihashi. It will be CM Punk Money in the Bank 2011 levels when Chase Owens fights. And it's on Independence Day, he better win. For America, he better win.
Even though he's wrestling in Japan.
Don't give a fuck. 4th of July, just 4th of July everywhere.
Talking, I believe last year, and we didn't really talk much about last year because I wasn't watching the G1, I was watching the Olympics, so.
I know, and I was the only one in the G1, man. What the?
Yeah. But I'm fully available this year, so we could talk, fully about the G1.
You might as well get that soundboard. Today I got time, cuz.
We're back to 20 entrants, 2 blocks, the traditional round-robin tournament that we all came to know and love.
Yes.
I'm personally a big fan of it. I did not like the C and the D blocks. I felt like it kind of muddled things up, and you didn't necessarily get all of the dream matches or the matches you won't necessarily see in a traditional New Japan show. When it came to the extra 2 blocks, you know what I mean?
Well, the one thing I liked about the separation of blocks, it made the matches mean more to qualify. Although, you can make the argument they ain't got that many stars if you carry a block now, so they're gonna have to do it the old way. Like, bring this shit back because we got to make some stars. But then again, when you look at like everybody who's together, it's rather interesting. Some of the matchups.
Right. I'll say this. As of right now, there isn't any standout. There's nobody that made me pop or say, oh, they're in the G1. You know what I mean?
Well, no shit. This is the most homegrown G1 I've ever seen in my life. You can't have a surprise interest. Jeff Cobb's in WWE. Motherfucker literally left a month ago. It's just like, fuck it, we out. And then you don't have the only person I thought would have been in, and they're not. I mean, we might as well get into it. Let's just go ahead and name the blocks, because at this point, I'm kind of disappointed he didn't get in, and I don't know if it's because he's hurt or whatever the case may be.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. King Time Bomb.
I think he's still considered a junior, because wasn't he in Best of Super Juniors?
They had juniors in that shit. Well, Ospreay was in there as a junior.
Oh, that's true.
They put El Phantasmo's in this bitch. Like, come on, bro.
Well, I mean, he's a heavyweight now. He did graduate, I'd say.
What'd you graduate? Eating a couple of steaks? Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, basically. You go to the to the local all-you-can-eat buffet.
You go to the Japanese steakhouse, the famous one.
Yeah, Haribo.
And then just have a couple steaks. Yeah, Haribo, and then just get a couple steaks and be like, yeah, I'm good now.
Right. All right, let's get into it. A block. IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Hiroki Goto. I mean, it's no surprise that the New Japan World Champion is, obviously in the tournament. Makes perfect sense. And obviously the G and G1 stand for Goto. So, yeah, even more added to that. Is he going to win? Probably not. But
fuck no.
Yeah. What were your thoughts, Kaliko?
I mean, he's a champion. I think the last time the champion won was Okada?
No, not even Okada's done that. I think it was...
Yeah, he has.
I think it was either... What the fuck is his name? Blue Justice. Nagata? It was either Nagata or, somebody else. I can't remember their name. But it's been a hot minute since somebody's won. Like, over 20 years. At least 10 years. It's been a while.
No, it was Okada. 2021.
He wasn't champion in one. I mean, he won the G1, but he wasn't champion.
He was the champion.
Kota Ibushi was the champion in 2021. No, Shingo. Shingo was the champion in 2021.
Shingo? No.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck it. Well, at this point, whatever. But they could run that as a IWGP champion running the table.
Do you think that they would give Goto that honor? I don't think so. And he hasn't, like... I'm not saying he's a bad champion, but he hasn't been a dominant champion. I mean, he's not... We're not looking, like, at O'Connor's level, boss level here.
Yeah, I mean, there will never be another O'Connors. I mean, because that guy, shit, he eliminated the Block in like 5 matches. I'm just, that was ridiculous.
Until a Galactus
And look,
comes around.
and look how far he fell. Anyways, Goto, he could be a semifinalist for the Block. I don't think he'll win the Block, but he could be in the semis. But depending on the other groups.
He's going to have a good performance, and he's going to be protected. He'll drop maybe 2 matches, and maybe one other match where things get clusterfuckery, and he kind of gets screwed over. That will cost him the Block.
Well, this is interesting because keep in mind, unlike any other ones, if he loses, that means title shot. So it's not even. So it's gonna make somebody's G1 to beat him. And the question is, in this group, who do you? Well, as we go through the other group, who do you think is gonna beat him? I don't think he's dominant. So like you said, he's a beatable champ. It's just a matter. I'm looking at one person who could beat him and get a title shot.
I mean, he's as beatable as JC Jane is right now.
How dare you? Don't be doing JC like that.
No disrespect to JC. I love JC as well.
JC about to run through that division, and y'all don't even know it. Y'all, she about to honky tonk woman that division, and y'all don't even know it.
Listen, I popped when she put Blake Monroe to the table, so I'm a JC fan as well.
she's gonna be the longest reigning NXT champion.
I won't go that far, but she's definitely gonna hold it for a minute. But back to the G1.
Back to G1. God damn it.
The second entrant in A block is Boltin Oleg, current never openweight champion. Maybe a year ago, a couple of years ago, he was a young lion. Obviously, he's graduated since then. He has a crazy ass hat that he wears. He's a big motherfucker as well. And I mean, if you saw the match he had with Take a Shit, he rocked that son of a bitch, like you would not believe. Like, it was genuinely shocking that they made him look so strong. I don't know if he's going to look as strong, but I think he's maybe at least middle of the pack, I'd say.
I'm looking bottom, bro. But it depends on the play-in, so we got to figure out who's going to be the qualifiers. But luckily, we ain't got to worry about Yoshihashi making it. But let's keep going.
Oh, no opinions on Boltin Oleg?
Honestly, it's his second one, so I mean, usually the first one you get your ass broken. So ass Juice got that ass toe up. But yeah, usually get your ass whooped the first one or the first couple, and before you find your groove. So I could see him as a champion being semi-protected, but there's always usually a champion that loses a couple. And
tell that to
the
Juice
fact
Robinson.
that he's never.
Juice Robinson is saying motherfucker right now.
I mean, but my point is that Goto's not going to lose more than 1 or 2.
Right.
Because keep in mind, all champions that lose, it implicates a title defense. But so the question is...
Unfortunately, that doesn't mean that whoever he loses to is going to want a title match. I mean, case in point, Juice Robinson, he literally lost all his G1 matches. And who, out of all those people that he lost to, who got the title match? Cody Rhodes, who wasn't even in the G1. You know what I mean?
Juice was the champion in the G1?
He was United States champion.
Wait a minute. I'm talking about the first time he was in the G1. The first time in the G1, he got his ass lit the fuck up.
I think his ass got lit up every time he was in the G1. Like, maybe, like, the last two that he was in, he, like, maybe did better than he would normally do, but the one
I don't recall him being the champion in the G1, though.
Yeah, he was the United States.
That is... Oh... No. There it was. Juice was trying to get to Moxley because Moxley was the champion then.
That was the year after. I think I'm talking about
2019.
I'm talking about 2018.
2018, he was the champion? Oh, wow.
Yes. Who did John Moxley beat for the United States champion? Juice Robinson.
Oh, man. I thought I just remember he got his ass, like, Sonata Slaughter was an understatement.
Yeah,
compared to what the fuck Juice with.
All his G1s blend in together because they're all very similar to each other.
Pretty much his record, man. At least Sonata got one. Well, he didn't even get one. But at least Sonata got to the finals. Juice wasn't sniffing shit.
Yeah.
Juice was... Yoshihashi got a better record.
Then we have...
But still, yeah. But I think if he loses a couple, I could see... Finlay's in this block. I could see him being the motherfucker that goes for it.
We will see about that.
But continue with the third person.
Yuya Uemura, a part of just three guys. I want to say
it's his second one too.
What?
It's his second one too, so it's...
I remember he did well in the G1.
He did okay.
Yeah. Not the best, not the worst. But...
Millipack.
I wanna...
He's a Millipack guy.
Yeah. I feel like if they was gonna go with him, they would have gone with him already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see him. See, you just don't know because as you get to the other people, these are the younglings. It's a lot of mix of younglings with this G1. Like other than, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in that block that has more than 10 G1s. So it's kind of like an old versus young. And that's not even including the play-in.
Right. Which has yet to be decided.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Yota Tsuji, just coming off of losing the international, like the Gaijin belt.
The Gaijin belt. That's what we call it. The Gaijin belt.
I do wonder if he did lose that belt to be kind of primed to be in a good spot in the G1.
I mean, they kid cashed in on him, so
I'm gonna call it. Yota Tsuji, he's gonna at least make it to the semis.
I think he'll make the finals.
I would make an argument that he could win the whole G1 this year.
It's on this roster, yeah.
The people are behind him. He's over. he's been in the semi-main event for a hot minute at this point. Obviously they gave him the international championship to see if how he carries himself.
The Gaijin belt.
Yeah. So I think that if it was anybody's G1 to lose, it would probably be Yoda, because he's in that position to be that guy for this G1. I'm thinking. What are your thoughts?
It'll tell when he fights Goto. That'll be the experiment. Because eventually he's going to have to face Goto. I'll put it this way. Two people. It'll be two people that'll be his litmus test. And not in a wrestling sense, but as in are you going to be the guy to carry the torch? Goto? Tanahashi.
That's right, because Tanahashi's in the block as well. I kind of feel like he's wrestled and beat both of those guys already. I don't.
Well, this is the first time him wrestling it with the expectation of, or the popularity that he has now.
I got you.
Like the pressure of, are you going to be the guy?
And I think that he is the guy in this tournament. Is he going to beat Goto? I don't know, but I mean, it would make a good story if he lost to Goto, won the G1, and then, I mean, I don't know if Goto is going to be champion by the Tokyo Dome,
Wrestle Kingdom.
But if it does comes to that, it's a good little story to say, you beat me in the G1, now I'm getting my rematch.
Nah, if he beats Goto, he ain't winning the G1.
I agree with that.
So he would have to, at best, draw. At best, draw, or at best, lose, at worst, draw.
Yeah, I agree with that. Alright, we got David Finlay. I think that he'll be a strong performance, but the only reason that he's in this tournament is to get that ass on Evil, because Evil fucked him up in Dominion.
Oh yeah.
Carried him out on a stretcher, so that's why he's in this G1, is that match against Evil. And
Him and Evil.
When that match happens, that's going to be his G1.
That's going to be some furniture moving. That's his G1 championship.
That actually might cost him the G1, because that whole match could get drawn out, and you only get 1 point when you tie. So that could ultimately cost him his G1, which he might actually be okay with.
That might fucking make him. He might take Evil out along with him. So.
Very true. Depending on where these matches hit, when they lie.
When they hit.
Because, like, if this is on, like, the last day, then, it's going to be a high-profile match. You know what I mean?
Yes, that is true.
Your thoughts on David Finlay? Or do you want to go to the next one?
He ain't winning because Sabre Jr. won last year. They ain't going back to back, guys. So come on, man.
Yeah, agreed.
Like we only put a Gaijin over every 6 years. So sorry, brother.
That brings us to the guy we just talked about, Evil. Um, he'll he will get a W on he'll get a W on Hiroki Goto. He'll probably challenge him on at the not the Minion, a King of Pro Wrestling. Um, he'll get his ass beat by David Finlay. And that's his G1. What's your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if you go fuck someone over, you got to get the payoff. You got to make it worth it for him to do that. I mean, what's the worth it for him doing that?
Well, I mean, they're going with House of Torture right now. House of Torture, like, they reamped it because, and, I mean, they wouldn't have brought, Bad Luck Fale into it if they didn't see this going somewhere. Like, they added 3 new members in a matter of 24 hours. In 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you don't do that when you're not trying to go with somebody. So, yeah, I definitely think he's going to take a W on Goto. Obviously, there's going to be clusterfuckery involved, but that's to be expected in Evil's matches, no?
True. Could be. Yeah. I get you.
Any last thoughts on Evil?
Nah, he'll be okay. I mean, but he's the vet, so that's where it's also, you know. So, I mean, I expect some vets to start off hot and jump down. And some start off bad and make it. I think he'll be an even keel. Because you can kind of see it to where he's always trying. Because I could see this angle where Finlay's just going after Evil every match he has. And it causes Evil to have to watch his back to where he can't really focus.
That's a possibility.
So he'll win a couple, he'll lose a couple. He'll win some that he shouldn't win, he'll lose some that he should have won. And, you know. But he'll be the even keel.
Well, that brings us to the person that's going to lose all of his matches, Sanada.
What?
Yep.
It's interesting with him because I've never seen someone get the chip and be so, that he joins another group and now it's like,
No,
you know, so it.
No. Kaliko, think of it this way. He betrayed. I don't even want to say he betrayed LIJ to go to Just Five Guys. He betrayed Just Five Guys to be in part of Bullet Club. And he betrayed Bullet Club to be a part of House of Torture. Who is the leader of House of Torture? The guy that was on top of him.
The guy that was with him.
Evil.
That they were tag champions together. I mean, it all came home. It all just came.
Yeah. How does that make sense?
It all came home. I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't. His story arc, yeah, it doesn't. I don't know what to make of him now. You know? Like he's floating. It feels like he's floating.
You didn't watch Dominion, right?
I didn't get to, but I'll catch the replay. But
well, if you do me a favor, if you don't do anything else when it comes to that paid preview, watch Sonata's. I think it's either the first or the second match. Sonata's entrance with House of Torture. Look at his outfit, and then you text message me and you tell me how far Sonata has gone.
I mean, it got to be better than what he was doing with Five Guys.
It wasn't. Imagine
Oh
worse.
God. Oh God. Oh
So much
Lord.
worse.
Oh Lord.
If you thought that was as worst as Sonata could be, Sonata's is like, hold my beer, bitch. Because it got dramatically worse. But we'll put that conversation on hold.
So the House of Torture, he was the mole.
What do you mean?
For House of Torture.
The mole?
It's weird. So he's going back. It's just weird. So he helped. So the War Dogs / Bullet Club wins. Torture has to leave. I personally, once the Bullet Club had like the Elite and then the Firing Squad and the fucking House of Torture and the War, bro, it became the Jack in the Box of fucking factions, yo. It was just like everybody got then they had like Bullet Club America, Bullet Club International, Bullet Club the South, I'm like, bro.
Bullet Club Gold, Bullet Club TNA.
Bullet Club Gold, Bullet Gold TNA. I mean, God damn.
I understand the Jack in the Box reference, but could you please explain it for people that don't live in California?
I mean, there's Jack in the Box in Tennessee. Jack in the Box is in the South. How dare you? But for those who don't know, Jack in the Box is basically a restaurant. They have everything. They're good at everything, but they are a master at nothing. That is the only spot where you can get egg rolls, tacos, and a burger at the same goddamn time.
Yes, that is
just saying. And breakfast, because they serve. I will give them that. They serve breakfast all day, so I can't shit on them that much. But,
and I will say that their breakfast is second to none as well. They have a solid.
I know.
Breakfast,
if they quit fucking with me with them French toast sticks and just keep them on the fucking menu instead of bringing them out like the McRib, we might be in business. You don't know, I cuss motherfuckers out when they tell me they ain't got the French toast sticks. I clean cuss their ass out. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Okay. So,
be like, ultimate breakfast sandwich is the 4-piece French toast sticks. We're out of French toast sticks. Motherfucker, what the fuck you mean? You don't sell them anymore. You need to fucking sell them, bitch. But anyways, Sonata. Oh, he might be a buffer for Finlay. So for Evil to keep Finlay from getting to him. That's the only role I see in this.
His ass is getting owned. He ain't winning any matches. He's going to get slaughtered.
No, he's gotta be at least Yuminura. And well, we'll get to the play-in when we get there.
I mean, he'll win. I could see him maybe beating Tanahashi and like literally nobody else on this card.
What? I mean, well, we'll see. Keep going. We'll keep.
And that brings us to the last person that is actually announced. And
guaranteed, yeah.
The president of New Japan, the Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. He's there for the gimmick. He's there for looks. It's his last G1. He'll get a couple of wins.
What if he wins it? What if he pulls a Cena?
I don't think he's gonna pull a Cena.
No, I'm not saying like turn heel, but win the bitch. What if he pulls it and actually wins the bitch?
he would have pretty big balls if he actually did that. And
he know y'all, bro.
I mean, if his New Japan record, his G1 record shows anything, I mean, he's not against doing the job. Um, he's there for people to take pictures of him, say they got to see him in his last G1. He'll do decently. Like, I could see him winning against Evil if, there's maybe like some clusterfuckery that he actually takes, advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
He'll beat Broden Oleg. You could do, well, actually, he beat Yuya, at Dominion, so, Yuya could get his comeuppance against, Tana this time around. Um, you know, I already said Sonata's gonna beat him, so I can't go back on that. But
Mm-hmm.
if Finley doesn't have his eye on the ball, Tana could take advantage of that. So I mean, no matches on. I don't want to say no matches unwinnable except for maybe Goto at this point, but I don't see him winning all of his matches for sure. He's still a very beatable person, and at the end of the day as well.
You okay. I mean, I don't. I could see him fucking pulling that shit. I know y'all, bro. I'm I'm winning.
Alright, let's go into the play-ins. The first play-in is Taichi versus Callum Newman. Um, Taichi just won the tag team championships, and I feel like he has to be in the G1 at this point, no? Or do you think they're gonna go with this bland piece of toast of a human being?
I would think that Tai Chi would get in. Cause as we get to naming these, it usually we have that one block that feels like the death block, and Tai Chi being winning it would make it feel more, because Tai Chi's solid and he's got the people behind him. So I mean, he's earned their respect. So
And the thing about Taichi is that he's sneaky. He could pull out a ghetto clutch and literally beat anybody.
yes, he can, and that's the other part. Like when Tai Chi's at his best, he can beat anybody. The question is, will he, considering that he just got the tag titles uh, with Ishii of all people.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have to make sure that I wasn't smoking crack when I watched that match. That it what?
or uh, or La Fresca was in next to you.
Yeah. Um, but you're basically saying Taichi is Naito with and without the T-shirt, right?
With the shortest trunks in the game.
No, I mean the T-shirt. You said Big Game Naito doesn't wear a short. Naito with a short is phoning it in.
Yes, that is true. Depending on how they dress, because keep in mind they do those damn. They do the what the hell is it? Uh those tag matches in the between. So
Right.
you know,
So we're kind of in agreement that this is going to be Taichi, right?
it has to be Taichi.
Okay.
Or at least that's what I would. I mean,
I mean, yeah, I agree. The next, I mean, when it comes to the G1, I don't think that he's going to get many wins, but he's the Joker card. If you catch him on, if you're on your bad day, he'll beat you.
Yes.
Alright.
That sounds actually outright.
The next match to determine the A-block play-in is Rio Iowa versus Don Fale. Bad Luck Fale is now a Don Fale. Who wins, Kaliko? Who's going to the G1?
Who's going to the G1? Honestly, I could see Fale winning. And this basically is David Finlay trying to pop revenge on every last one. Seriously. That would, honestly, that would make sense why he could. That would make more sense of why Finlay would lose more matches because he's more hell bent on revenge on each person than actually winning the match itself. So, with that being said, I want Fale to win just for that angle alone.
And you know what I say about this match, Kaliko? Bad Luck Fale did not fly all the way to Japan, get a hotel room, get a cab to the venue, spend 2 weeks in Japan for no fucking reason other than he wanted to enjoy the culture, just to lose to Rio, Iowa, and not be in the G1. And he didn't. And he also didn't change his name and dye his beard either. So, fuck that. And the words of Bad Luck Fale, fuck that guy. Fale's gonna win.
I mean, Fale needs to. Talk about a motherfucker on a milk carton.
Right. And he's been wrestling. He's been wrestling in New Zealand. He has a dojo in New Zealand, so he's been doing that instead. But he got that call from Evil, coming back, doing evil shit with Evil. So yeah, is he going to win matches in the G1? Probably not. I could see him losing. You know, I don't even want to say he's going to lose at half these matches. I'm going to say that he gets himself disqualified because it's not. That's something he's done before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean, we'll see. We will see what they do.
It's a good little character arc for Iowa to say, oh, I wasn't able to get into the G1, and maybe he has a strong showing next year as well. So, you know.
That could be the case. Like, I almost got in, and I couldn't make it next year. I shocked the world or something. Yeah, I could see that. You know, a little lesson learned.
Right.
Except for, unless they do them like Juice, and then it's a wrap.
No, did him like Sonata. Because they did that.
No. Sonata got more respect in this G1 than Juice. Sonata was a finalist. Juice didn't even shit. They made him fuck up a fake a leg injury for a whole butt. Get his ass tossed, bro. But he got Tony Storm, so I guess it was worth it.
Yeah, and she's timeless. All right, now that we're
G1, but I wanted life.
That's because nobody holds a pussy scented candle to Tony Storm, and that's something she's actually said in the promo. So don't cancel me. Okay, so
who wins the block?
Who wins the block?
If history has it, the finalist that lost usually comes back and win it. So I would expect Tsuji because he was the finalist last year.
And I did.
It screams Tsuji to win the block at least.
Who would be a solid second?
The second?
Pick?
A solid second. Ooh, now that's tough.
Yeah.
A solid second. I'm guessing GOAT. I mean, usually the top. They usually have the semis, right? So,
I don't think there's gonna be semis. It's round
ooh,
robin. It's round robin.
No semis?
Yeah, it's round robin. You wrestle everybody once. If you lost them, too bad for you.
Oh yeah, top two. No, because I remember when Omega. Oh, no, never mind. You're right. Yeah, so Tsuji. If Tsuji don't win, it's Goto. It's either Tsuji or Goto. But Dark Horse, I'm looking at Tanahashi. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm 100% going with Tsuji. like there's literally no other option in my eyes. Um, Goto would be. I would like to say Goto would be a nice little compilation to say that he won, but if Okada didn't get to say that he won the G1 as champion, I can't imagine they're gonna let Goto do it. So I'm gonna say, and this is a dark horse pick. This is a fuck it pick. I'm going with Evil, but that is like a long distance second
Piss in the wind.
Yeah, long distance from Goto Tsuji.
Like long.
It's long, but it's not as long as maybe the other ones in the field.
I mean, it's just as long.
I mean, Tsuji has them lapped when it comes to the potential of who's gonna win. But yeah. Alright. I think we're done with A block.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.